Just spilled water all over myself. Gonna be a bit weird. Alright, here we go. Here we are. Oh, I did not change that. I must change that. Hello, I'm here at the... This is bad. I taint misbehaving. We're here to do the quests. Actually, I never talked to her. Here we go. Oh. Here we go. Posture check. Posture. Good posture. Alright, here we go. Jump. Ryo might be more or affable than her brother, but she is not one to sprout out words of idle flattery. This I speak from experience, yes. You've proven yourself a worthy white mage indeed, Kuko. Why I'm giving my palm and tail to stand between the illustrious Tao Kant. And yet now I stand before you, which, as I'm hearing from Ryo, is the next best thing, bro. Gudrak, you could not have come at a better time. We have dire need of your aid. There isn't time to explain, but no, there isn't time to explain. No, oh, but the trouble is afoot. I'd ask you to meet me at the Guardian Tree. These quests are so much easier now that I can fly. Like, seriously. I have no idea how much more convenient it is now that you can fly. It's like I started the thing. Come on. Oh. Corpse grow. Taint misbehave. I can just fly like straight line over here with my flying boots. Bum, 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 bum. Thank you for coming on such short notice. We knew not who else we might turn to. How fares the Great One? Unchanged from before. I'm afraid he repeats the same words over and over. Then it falls to us to glean their meaning. Very well. Gudrak, you would recall the time we performed the quieting and quelled the Great One's rage. Since the day we have continued communing with him to ensure that all is well, and it was until recently. I am afraid to say that a unsettling change came over the Great One some days ago. He had taken to repeating the same words to us. The taint afloats the forest, its beating heart to be foul. After some inquiry and research, we are able to learn that the Great One has spoken in these words before, during the time of Atoa Kant. Immediately we are made to wonder, when Master Atoa embarked onto his journey of healing, could his purpose have been to protect the forest from the taint of which the Great One now warns? We sought to devise further delve further into this, but no account of Master Atoa's journey are to be found at Stillglade Fawn. Such records as exist are in the keeping of the foremost student. The mage recovered his remains from Ogaumoro. If he is still alive, he may be able to assist us. We have prepared a massive missive, and we must ask you to deliver it into his hands. After interring his beloved master, the man is said to have taken up residence at Fall Gout Float. He might ever be near to tend the tomb. If he is there, still the locals should be able to point you in his direction. While you see to this task, my brother and I shall remain here and continue to observe the Great One. My thanks in advance, Gudrak. Oh yeah, I'll go do legwork while you stand here and do nothing. It's not like you tell me to do legwork and one of you just watch the goddamn tree. No, I have to do everything around here. It's not like I have anything better to do. I just went to this lawn. You guys, I needed my help. That was like advice things, but no, you need me around. Do your weird things. Ah, yes. Fall Gout Float. You seek Master Atoa's former student? I am afraid he has departed for the realm yonder. His granddaughter now tends to the tomb at Cloud Creek in his stead. If true be told, I am worried about her. The area is thick with fiends, and even experienced wood dwellers avoid adventuring there unaccompanied. Go, my pretty. That old fella, I'm afraid he passed away some years ago. I remember him well, though. He took care of his master's tomb to the very end. His granddaughter, Estia, tends the place now, and she's been especially attentive since those accursed bandits came and defiled it. Ah, this might be the reason. Atoa Kant's old student? I hear that someone's tending the tomb, but is young maiden, as I recall. Fly, my pretty, fly! Oh, oh, what, what, whoosh. Up, under, over, back, side, left, right, up, down. My hands. Holy! Holy shit! Holy shit! Thank you so much. So focused was I attending the tomb, I failed to notice the fiends approaching me. What? You're searching for the granddaughter of the master of the granddaughter of the Master Atoa's student? Former student? Then you need search no more. I am Eschiva. Eschiva? Know that I have taken on my grandfather's responsibilities. If it is within my power to help the seed seer, then I should be able to do so. A taint threatening the 12 woods. Norficha, have mercy. As the seed seers have surmised, 'twas to purge the taint of that Master Atoa journeyed the length and breadth of the realm. Simply put, the taint is aether that has been befouled. If we are to be rid of it, we must find the source of the corruption and cleanse it. The question is, are the seed seers prepared to do as Master Atoa once did? At any rate, it is best that I speak with them directly. I shall make my way to the guardian tree at once. Also, and while I'm over there, I should buy some gesho greens. Gesho greens. I need you to feed my duck and my chimkin. My giant chimkin. Or gesho for me and my chicken. Also, I should have I haven't been eating my eggs. Shall do it now. Also, bam, bam. Get your greens. Get your greens. Okay. Let's do this. Boy. Mostly because I already have the, Oop. Next one will be, well, I'll probably just do Summoner, because I think it's easier to do my Summoner. Oh. And down I go. Also, Seed Seers know what they must do, but are they willing to do it? Journey outside the forest? My thanks for finding Eschiva, Gudrak. She has told us all. If we are to protect the 12 goods from the taint, we must needs deal with the corruption at its source. Is that the way of it? It is. That was my master, why Master Atoa embarked upon his journey, heedless of his Pajali heritage. And yet, Master Atoa was no ordinary Pagio. We are duty bound to remain in the forest. We cannot simply leave. Gudrak, I am loath to ask this of you. After all, you have already done this, but the preservation of the 12 Swords is at stake. You are not Pagelia, and hence are not bound by the laws which bind us. Will you embark on this quest in our stead? With all due respect, I cannot believe that what I'm hearing. You would entrust the fate of the forest to an adventurer? Calm yourself, and know that Gudrak is no ordinary adventurer. He is a white mage true, chosen by Master Atoa himself to be his successor. He bears his soul crystal and has legacy both. I have every confidence that you will be able to purge the taint. As such, I will join my voice with my brother's request. Master Atoa's successor? That such a individual existed. I wish to make a request of my own. In my youth, my grandfather served Master Atoa's proudly, accompanying him wherever he went, and assisting in purification rituals. It has ever been my desire to emulate my grandfather's deeds. If Gudrak is to undertake this quest to eliminate the taint, I will likewise accompany him and assist him. The journey will be fraught with peril. Are you willing to risk life and limb solely for the sake of emulating your grandfather? I am, my lady, but that is not the whole of it. I cannot stand idly by while a threat encroaches upon the 12 is our home, and we each of us must do our part to protect it. Our part. I see your heart is true. Very well. Assuming that Gudrak consents, and I see no reason why he would not, you have our blessing to accompany. The fate of the 12 Wood is in your hand. We shall pray for your success. See my Charlian coat? Makes me awesome. The fate of the 12 was no simple matter for a Paljo to leave the 12 Woods. Once again, we must rely on you, my friend. We will need to make plans for the journey. Please come to see me at Ballgeld's afloat. Float? And they call themselves Palgelus. You're wondering at my rotation. I shouldn't doubt. I suppose I ought to experience you see. I was brought up on the tales of Master Atoa's journeys, the suffering he endured for the sake of the 12 Young though I am, I was deeply touched by his courage and sacrifice, and to this day his deeds remain close to my heart. That is why it irks me that the Sightseers will not lift a finger to help the forest. But thankfully we have you, a master As Master Atoa's chosen, you are far more dependable than any Paljo alive. Now, now then, let us speak of our journey. Grandfather left his records of Master Atoa's journeys in my key. I shall scour them for clues as to where we must go. While I do this, pray attend to your own preparations. I shall be here when you are ready to strike out. You come at a good time, Gudrak. I believe I have found a clue in my grandfather's records. I didn't really leave, right? I was just standing here and you were posturing about not knowing, right? This is a passage which tells of a time when the taint reached the forest via subterranean water veins. Master Atoa tracked it back to its source at Albalafe's spine, and there he purged the corruption. Lest you wonder, 'twas the mention of the water vein that interests me. Allow me to explain. Though the danger to the 12 Woods have come as dire as to Elic Malfic warnings from the Great One, none of the Palges or hearers were aware of it. If we then consider the Great One's warning that the taint shall flood the forest, I am inclined to conclude the befouled ether is being conveyed via water veins. Years have passed since Master Atoa purged the taint. A new source of corruption may well have manifested in the intervening time. First, I suggest we take our investigation to the center highlands of Corthus, which forms the southern edge of Al-Bladai's spine. Pray meet me at Camp Dragon. Everything is frozen over. I have heard about the snow-swept mountains of Corthus, but no amount of reading can substitute for seeing. I have a confession to make. This is my very first time setting foot outside the 12's woods. The experience is proving to be at once fascinating and frightening, but I digress. While I will wait your arrival, I spoke with some of the knights about water veins, and they said the one I'm passing and beneath the area just south of here. The area happens to be thick with fiends, and these fiends happen to have grown unnaturally aggressive of late. I will wager the taint is to blame for this change. A short while ago, a band of knights departed for the area in question on a mission to cull the unruly creatures. Shall we go and join them? And my waifu meter isn't that high up on her. We go. My suspicions are correct. The taint has driven the fiends into a frenzy. Let us aid the knights, then see to the cleansing. Boy, I ought to smack you. Benediction! Holy shite! Holy shite! There it is, Gudrak, the taint. I trust you know what to do. Absorption. Absorption. No, Duckington. Stay away from it. The energy soothing and pure. This energy, soothing and pure, just precisely as my grandfather wrote. Your soul crystal. I believe it has taken on a new radiance. In all likelihood, the spirit of Master Atoa within has bestowed upon you a great power. I wonder, could it be that the act of purification serves to empower the white mage? If this is true, it makes the Pagil's refusal to leave the Furrows even more incomprehensible. How long will they allow their laws to dictate their actions to the detriment of reason? At any rate, there is aught more to do here. Let us return to Camp Dragon. Who? Quest done. Let us review what we've learned, and as we have suspected, the taint is being born along subterranean water veins. According to my grandfather's records, the head water of the vein we just visited is situated further to the west. Unfortunately, it lies beyond the holy sea of Ishgard. As foreigners, we will require special permission to pass through the city. I shall contact Stillglaive Thane and request to have Elder Seatseer issue us with necessary paperwork. Of course, with one of the Seatseers here, we would not have go through all this hassle. I will survey the lay of the land in order to assess our next destination. Meanwhile, I suggest you take the time to accommodate yourself to your newfound power. I shall be here with you I shall be here when you are ready to assume our mission. Asylum. I am terribly sorry for the wait, Gudrak. It has taken a while, but our request to pass through Ishgard has been granted. We may now continue on to Western Highlands. First, I suggest we make a brief stop in Falcon's Nest. If there has been an anomaly in the area, the locals may be able to tell us something. Oh, the blood lily.
Blood for the blood lily. Blood for the blood lily. Blood for the blood lily. More blood for the blood lily.
So this is Falcon's Nest. I think the architecture styles differ so even within the same nation. Going to new places is a veritable feast for the senses. Such wonderful wonders grandfather must have beheld in his journey with Master Atala. But such musings must wait. We have a task to do. Let us begin by speaking with the people here. When you have finished pray come and meet me at the Hamlet's northern entrance. Behold the power of... If I remember correctly, there is a spot up here. Is it up? Yeah. I am in my swimwear in this freezing cold. Right. And down, 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 down. Open this door, God, just open. Sad, man. The taint? Never heard of it. We've had a strange visitor. However, a foreign woman with a stench of death are about her. Suspicious as she was, I decided to steal a peek at her belongings and, forgive me. but the mere recollection of it's like to bring my supper. Anyways, after that, some few of us confronted her and demanded to know her purpose, but she refused to say a word. She looked straight through us with empty eyes and left the hamlet. As I recall, she was headed to the northeast, northwest, north and west. Wherever it is she has gone, we are well rid of her. It's the Aura girl. I am unfamiliar with the taint of which you speak. We do consider dragons unclean, however. Speaking of the beasts, lately there has been reportings of a strange woman skulking about the remains. We are on the lookout for her, at least she proves to be a heretic. Hopefully this is one of the less they're thinner. The rumors of this strange woman are in everyone's lips. This is likely but a coincidence, but it appears we are headed in the same direction as her. There are water sources in the northwestern corner of the region, frozen lakes to be precise, and I will take our investigation there. I mislike the sound of this woman, and I'm sooner not cross paths with her, but we have a mission to fulfill. Let us keep moving. First, to Haldref's thing. I'm gonna rally this young woman to get down. I fly through the air on a magical flying bike. Funky witch! Funky witch! Funky witch! Witch monkey! This is why you do these job quests after you've gotten flying. Because it's a lot easier. Easy now. You don't want to hurt yourself, do you? Ooh. There she is. Good gods! The stench is overpowering, even in this frigid chamber. Forgive me for interrupting, but what are you doing? Searching. Rather more damaged than I would have liked. But it will serve. After all, the experiment proceeds apace. Experiment? What in the heavens are you doing? Why must I justify myself to you? Well, I suppose you have no obligation, so it's just not every day that I see someone rumping through a dragon's corpse. So I frighten you then? You find me repulsive? Like the rest of them? No, you misunderstand. I didn't mean to give offense. Whatever you do is your business, to be sure, but it is unsafe to be alone out here. What would you suggest then? That I find a star protector like your friend? As if someone would be willing to help me. Huh. This aura you emanate, you seem... They sent you to hound me, didn't they? To remind the witch Alaqua, that she has no place in the world. Alaqua? I am warning you, leave me alone. That was weird. Well, that was certainly queer. I know not what compelled me to speak with the lady, Alaqua. I believe she called herself, but I must confess to be morbidly curious about her experiment. But I mustn't let myself be distracted. We have work to do. Unless I am mistaken, the taint has manifested in this area. Let us split up and search for it. I'm trying to improve my voice acting. And I think I'm getting there. At least assigning different voices to different people. The foul taint. Come, Elidus. Behold the power of holy. No, I just realized that holy stuns you, which means it pauses you. It's passive. It pacifies you. Holy pacifies you. Never thought of that. Passivity. Pacifies you by stunning you. You have found it, the taint, and purified it. Very well done. Though I cannot help but wonder, is it truly a coincidence that the taint changed to chance to have manifested where we met Alaqua? Being frozen to the bone isn't conducive to conversation. Let us return to Falcon's Nest and warm ourselves before we discuss matters in earnest. I'm not flying all the way there. I'm gonna TP. When your most recent efforts, I sense your power continue to grow. Suffice it to say, this is to our cause. The mission proceeds smoothly, though thus far. If we continue following the water vein, it shall lead us to the source of the taint. As for the stranger, Alaqua, never have I felt so unsettled in someone's presence. The thought that she must have connected to the taint, the thought that she might be connected to the taint also bothers me. But until we know for certain, it avails us not dwell upon it. For now, I shall resume my investigation of water veins. Try to deduce our location where the taint must appear. Leave the investigation aspects of the mission to me, and pray continue honing your skills of purification. After that, after all, no one else can purge the taint but you. Terrible news, Gudrak. The manifestation of the taint you purged here has reappeared. The fiends nearby were driven into a frenzy all over again, and they reportedly attacked the knights on patrol. Though the men managed to flee the convictory, his wounds are grievous, and the compose matters. And to compound matters, the camp's Cheregius are all afloat and cannot remedy the return. You are the only chance, Kudrak. You must go to the victory and save him. I can fly there. I can fly, I can fly, I can fly. Fly, fly, fly high, fly high. I'm actually starting to really like that hair. It's a bit unkempt. Probably the type of hair I describe my wizard. He is in a bad way. Please hurry and tend to his wounds. You're 2.
The pain fades. I owe you a debt of gratitude.
Thanks to you, the danger is past. However, he will still acquire constant care for a time. I shall remain on hand to help provide it. Meanwhile, you must go and purify the taint that has reappeared west of the Bane. Only you have the power to do so, Gudrak. Please hurry before it can cause any more harm. I can fly, I can fly. I'm gonna keep spamming holy. I mean, it's best spell in the game. Foul taint. I'm pleased to say the knight will make a full recovery. Had you not come to his aid, his comrades believed he would have died. I see you have already purified the taint. Good work, Gudrak. I must say, though, the reappearance baffles me. It should have taken far longer to be foul aether to common accumulate. I am disciplined to believe. I am disinclined to believe that this came about by itself. Nay, I sense that someone had a hand in this. I spoke with the knight after he had sufficiently recovered. Shortly before he was attacked, he caught sight of a foreign woman reeking of death. A la quoi. Whatever she appears to do, wherever she appears, so does the taint. I wasn't certain before, but now I am convinced that it is no mere coincidence. Could it be that she is creating the taint? If so, to what end? Why would she do such a thing? I know not her design, but her actions cannot be borne. Shall the taint continue to manifest, both the Corthus and the Twelveswood will suffer unimaginable damage. Everglade Bond must know of this threat. I shall send word to them. Though I shan't raise my hopes that the seed seers will steer themselves best to assume that we are on our own. Now then, our priority is to track down Alaquin. The knights say that she was headed west to the Dravinian forelands. Now then, let us take our search to the main settlement there. Tailfeather, I believe it's called. Oh, 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 oh. I have spoken of a handful of locals. A strange woman has been witnessed coming and going, and with some regularity. I'm reasonably confident that it's Alaquin, but I shall try to gather more information for good measure. Something occurs to me, Gudrak. If Alaquin is indeed responsible for creating the taint, she will not take kindly to our prayer for purifying it. We may well come to a confrontation. Pray us this time to further hone your power, for we shall have need of them ere long. I can do this now. Good tidings, Gudrak. I have acquired definitive information on Alaquin. As before, the stench of death gave her away. A hunter she chanced to walk near couldn't help but notice the smell. When she realized that she was being observed, she quickly turned her step west towards dragon territory. The hunter shouted a warning, but she continued on, heedless. In light of her inclination, I dare say she has business there. There's an area called Elavna Fallen to the west. Let us head to that direction and try to pick up Alaquin's trail. I have 50. Oh, I'm almost done. I believe there's either 2 more or 1 more. No signs of Aliquin, and the area beyond is fraught with danger. Not even hunters dare venture in. I would sooner not wander these parts without some guarantees that Aliquin is near. But we cannot afford to delay, lest she evades us completely. Oh, and do keep an eye out for the taint. If Aliquin is here, it is like to have manifested. Behold my power. And behold. I'm not going to do that yet. Because I don't know. Oh, why am I not flying? I fly like an eagle. I believe I can fly. I believe I can. Oh, it's just good. With the power of hope, may the wind and earth be quelled by my holy cleansing light. Aliquin is not here. Rejoin Eschiva on the western born high worlds. Let us fly. Fly, you fools. I cannot not do FNAF. You should not have startled you. I see. You were the one who undid my work. Why do you interfere with my experiment? So it was you creating the taint. The taint, you say? An insult born of ignorance. What you so callously destroyed is a wellspring of life-giving aether. What are you saying? The taint is befouled ether. It destroys life. So you choose to cling to your ignorance, like all the others, but it matters not. What you think. When my experiment is complete, all the fools who tormented me and mine shall get their comeuppance. No! We shouldn't let you continue your twisted experiment. Gujak, stop her! I believe you have more pressing concerns. Drawn to the ether, I shouldn't doubt, or the taint, as you insist on calling it. But such details are immaterial. By whatever name it is known, I shall fill the world with it and have my revenge. Do not interfere. Consider this your final warning. Feel the power of holy. Double. I'm gonna hit you with a rock. I'm gonna hit the rock with a rock. Keep hitting the rock with a rock. Use rock magic on rock sprites. You feel a prevailing you feel a prevailing hunk of feel a per a hunk of flesh on the ground. Thank you, Gudrak. Again, you have saved me, and again I am reminded of my own weakness. What do you have there? Because while I skipped my last meal, I'd wager this is part of Eloquent's experiment. The seed seers may be able to glean something from it, and yet I find myself loath to seek them out. They have lifted so much of they haven't lifted so much a finger to help us. What can we expect from them now? You have the right of it, Gudrak. There is more at stake than a difference of opinion. If we are to save the Twelveswood, we must needs turn to this sea seer for aid. It's settled. Then we return to the Twelveswood. I have no idea what that skill is, though. Thin air. What's it do? Action cost. Action cost without. What? Oh. Please hold on to the hunk of flesh. It's safer in your keeping. Now then, let us return to Camp Tranquil and explain the situation to the seed seers. It's a pretty story. Need to assign a voice for the young other lady. Fly, you. The Great One's warnings have not abided. On the contrary, they have come more fervent. The situation grows even more dire. But would it be enough to stir the seed seers to action? Ah, you have returned. How fares the efforts to purge the taint? You wish to show us something? does it tell us? What does it tell us, brother? The elements. The elements are in trepidation of the flesh. It is infused with befouled aether, and there are to be no doubt. And with the Great One's warning growing ever more fervent, it seems plain that this Alaquin continues to sow the taint. Whatever it is she seeks to do, we must put a stop to it. Al-Ra, Al-Ra, and I shall take a closer look at the flesh. In the meantime, you must resume your journey of purification. What? With all due respect, all the hell's with respect, I can't believe that I'm hearing. You should send us back. You would send us back into the midst of danger? With nary a word of counsel? I know full well what we ask of you. There is nothing other upon we can depend. Defend, say? Instead of depending on others, why didn't you do something for a change? We all know that you have both the power to do so. You do realize how much Gudrak has gone through in your name. Oh, but of course you don't. Seeing while he bleed for you, you are hiding here with your heads in the treetops. If Master Ato were to see this, he would turn in his grave. Heads in the treetops. What is the matter with her? To think that our people see us in such light cannot be helped, brother. We are bound to remain in the forest. Things are not as they were during Master Atoa's time. Be that as it may, were the people to lose faith in us, of whom shall we convey the will of the elements? Forgive me, Gudrak, but I will be alone. Rest assured, I will take a closer look at the tainted flesh. Our has the right of it. It is our duty to facilitate harmony between man and element. All the laws of the forest count for naught if we fail in this. At any rate, we must needs stop Alaquin's dark design, and fear not, Gudrak. Henceforth, we will not leave you to bear the burden alone. Pray allow us time to consider our next step. Gudrak, we have conceived the plan to deal with the taint. We will share the particulars with everyone. Might I trouble you to fetch Estiva? She would have returned to Fall Gal afloat, I believe. Pray return here after you have notified her. Alru and I shall be waiting. Hey, honey. Back. Oh, it's you, Gudrak. I must apologize for my earlier display. The Seedseers seem to see me. The Seedseers wish to see me despite the disrespect I've shown them. Though their ways baffle me, it cannot be denied that they they care for the forest. Perhaps they deserve more credit than I give them. I will go, of course. Let us strike out at once. Yeah, I've said this once, but it really sucks for the Senate parents. They had 3 kids, and all 3 of them are Pelagia. It's a great honor, but that means they're taken away at birth. We, each of us, must do our part to protect the forest. Worry not, I shall keep my tongue in check. Our thanks, of course. Without further ado, let us begin. After our last meeting, I went to the guardian tree and presented the tainted flesh to the Great One. His reaction was telling. The befouling ether it bears is identical to the taint which now threatens the 12 woods. Unless we stop Alaquin, the forest will be reduced to a wasteland of death. No, that's not his voice, but I'm trying different voices out. Gudrak gave me to understand that you have conceived a plan to deal paint. What is this plan? Simply put, Auru and I shall accompany you to the Dravinian Orlands. As you are doubtless aware, we Pagials are chosen by the elements to convey the will. Should that will go unheard to be misinterpreted, harmony will be lost and tragedy if inevitably befall. In order to prevent this, we strive to hone our senses to the elements far beyond the limits of ordinary men, and this sensitivity allows us to perceive even the slightest fluctuations in ether. With our faculties of sensing ether, Aurul and I shall assess the site of Alaquin's experiment, and once we find it, we will join our powers to Gudrak's and purge this taint once and for all. You will leave the forest? But what of the will of the elements? Rest assured we have attained the Elder Seedseer's permission. Our sisters shall see to it that the elements do not go unheard during our absence. But, above all, your words struck home. We will not leave the 2 of you to bear the burden alone. We shall do all we can to aid you, as Padgels, Jowls, and White Mages both. You truly mean to leave the forest to help us. In the heat of the moment, I forget myself and spoke out of turn. I pray you forgive me. There is naught to forgive. On the contrary, we are grateful to you for opening our eyes. Now I trust we can rely upon you to guide the way. Listen, Gudrak, this will be our first time outside the forest, and we will most certainly make fools of ourselves. I would think not to enjoy yourself overmuch. I shall escort the Seedseers to Tailfeather. Meet us there. Pray meet us there. We each of us have our part to protect the forest. With our powers combined, I was about to say Captain Planet. There is no taint that we cannot purge. Let us make for the Dravinian Forlands. At once. Pray leave escorting of the Seedseers to me. Oh, oh. I'd actually buy that. Just that everything should everything should be so difficult. I am doing just fine. Thank you for asking. There is nothing to do. Nothing to it. So here we are at Tailfeather. Why the journey here wasn't nearly as daunting as I expected. I dare say we could have made it. We could have made it without. I dare say we could have made it without Estivia. Bold words coming from someone who fairly hugged our guide. Fairly hugged our guide during the entire journey. Ahem. Seeing as we are here, we ought to get to work. Do you sense anything, brother? I do. Abnormality in aether that wrenches the stomach emanates from the northwest. A cave lies in that direction. Horn was called, and if memory serves, so too does the water vein. It seems to me that it is where we must go. I must warn you all though. The area is thick with dragons. Must proceed with caution. Dragons, you say? Well, I for one would welcome the excitement. Journey thus far has been rather dull of my taste. Dull suits you, fine sister. Remember, our priority is to purge the taint. As if I would forget, the fate of the Twelveswood is at stake. Let us make haste to mourn and confront Alaqua. Untold story, in a blaze of glory. I can't hear you. I can't hear you. I live it now 'cause the bad die last. Dodging bullets with their past. Dodging bullets with their broken past. So you're still alive. intriguing. Most intriguing. Horns such as I have, yet you are not Aura. Well, whatever you are no different from the others. You have come to interfere with my experiment. But know this, it is your ignorance that has led us down this path. We Zia are nomads who roam and live off the land. My tribe was no different. Yet though we do no harm to those whose lands we traverse, they treat us as vermin. Their ignorance they frighten us, and the fear manifests in a sprite and violence. My loved ones and I were cursed at, spat upon, beaten, and worse. It was out of that desire to protect them that I began my research. Such pain we have suffered, I swore that I will visit upon the ignorant masses 100-fold. And soon I shall fulfill my goal, for my experiment has finally bore fruit. To be sure, there is still work to be done. Such robust flesh cannot be sustained by normal ether. Aye, it must needs to feed upon far more potent than taint. My pet can go only where the taint exists, and so I shall fill the world with it. Sister, I sense not but befalling ether from the dragon. This is without a doubt the source of the taint. We must needs purify it whole. You will get in the way of my vengeance, then you shall be first to feel my wrath. What? They'll be following you for he refuses to disperse. When its death died can never die. The power of healing. Ujak, use the purification of Starward. It is risen. Oh, the healing. Struggle in vain. We'll see about that. We'll see about that. You will not get in the way of my vengeance. It still returns. Oh, again. Oh. With the taint eliminated at the source, 12's Wood is safe again. We all of us can accomplish far more than we dare imagine. No. My dreams, all gone to dust. I am powerless to protect my people, powerless to change anything. We are all cowards, all of us. That which we do not understand instills fear within us, and so we lash out. In return, you sought to strike back those who harmed you. You have done terrible things and must be held to account for your crimes. But know that it is not too late to make amends. You still have a chance to atone. The knowledge may yet be used for good. You need but find a new purpose, and I shall be glad to help you look for it. With Alaqua apprehended, it seems safe to say the danger of the 12's Wood is past, and we owe it all to you, to the two of you. This experience has taught me much and more, and no least of all, known all how powerless I was in the face of an external threat. If I am to protect the forest, I must needs spend less time with my heads in the treetops and more with my feet on the ground. To that end, I shall strive to be a Padjol as Master Atoa was, standing ready to journey to the ends of the earth if needs be. Were it not for your shining example, I never would have found the courage to come to this decision. I cannot thank you enough. Master Allroot, when the time comes for your journey to embark upon, your journey, pray allow me to accompany you. It isn't safe to travel alone, you know. This is to be true. Besides, you need someone to keep a record of all your deeds, that they might be passed on to future generations. For all my bold words, I am still but a green sapling. Nevertheless, I will serve you faithfully as my grandfather once served Master Atoa. I shall be pardoned to have your company. Asgia. I shall endeavor to be a paladin worthy of your respect. Thank you, Master Alru. I swear you'll not be disappointed in me. All of us can accomplish far more than we dare imagine. With the taint eliminated at the source, the 12's wood is safe again. Alru and I will escort Alaqua and place her in the Woods Worry's care. Pray come and see us afterwards at Camp Tranquil. We will thank you properly. Heh. No, wrong direction. I shall soon depart with Master Al Root. I'm glad for this opportunity to see you again. You have found me. You have given me the courage to make a change. Not thank you enough. During the entire way back, Alaqua did not so much as favor us with a glance, but neither did she attempt to flee. I believe there is hope for her yet. Till such time as she finds a new purpose, I shall visit her cell as often as my duties allow. With the source of the taint banished, the Great Will's warnings has ceased. We may rest easy for a time. Disaster has been averted thanks to you and Ben Eschishiva. We are eternally in your debt. You are kind to have said so, my lady, but I have done scarcely anything. All your gratitude shall be reserved for Gudrak. Allow me to thank you as well, Gudrak. Had you not sought me out the day, I may never have found my true calling. Beginning today, I shall accompany Master Eru as he works to maintain peace and harmony within the 12's woods. I know not where our journey will take us, but when next we meet, I shall stand before you a stronger woman. We had best be on our way. Fare you well on your journey, Drek. I look forward to seeing you again in the 12's woods and without. Well, they pretty much exhausted everything I had intended to say. But I shall say this. So I shall say but this. I mean to do my part as well. Together with my siblings, I shall work to preserve the harmony of the forest, protected from threats, born within and without. As for you, Gudrak, of the White, with your newfound powers, pray continue to employ our arts of the betterment of the realm. May the light of the succor and solace shine with wheresoever you may go. This concludes the White Mage quest of Final Fantasy XIV Heavensward. In order to undertake the next series of quests, you must first meet the following requirements. You must be registered, have the next expansion, and complete the far edge of fate. Once you have done so, the next White Mage quest will be available for Rail O Senna. Oh dear. Well, as I said the whole time, and so Ben, I don't want to stand up. So, uh, that'll be for tonight or right now. I'll probably stream again later or tonight. But that is it for now. Thank you for watching. Like and subscribe, and if you can, please come to the actual stream. Which will be here on YouTube around usually around 8. I'll start streaming between 8 to 11 p.m. PST, PDT every day. Whoever comes, thank you for coming, and like and subscribe. Thank you and good night.